What have I gotten myself into?
Hey neighbor, welcome back to ARTV. My name is John and it's time to kick off Year Endless Season 2019. As always, I'm starting with my top 25 worst songs of the year, the ones that I found the most sinfully abhorrent in musical composition form that I probably needed to wash my ears out with holy water after listening. This year was not terrible by any means for music, I cannot lie at all on that front. There were so many great singles, EPs, and albums that I found thoroughly fantastic, but also, I can't ignore the mountain on the other side of the fence. You know, the shit flakes clinging to the toilet bowl that no matter how many times you hit that plunger, they just won't flush away. As many of you probably recall, last year was really tough on the channel when it came to year-end content. Dozens of false copyright claims levied against my videos, so much battling, so much persistence. In fact, the worst songs of 2018 was taken offline for an entire week because of a copyright claim from 6ix9ine's label Scum Gang Records. It's out of control, it still continues to be a problem, so if you would like to help support the year-end content, then please visit the top link down below, patreon.com/ARTV if you'd like to help support, or pick up some merch this holiday season at the second link down below. Let's not waste any more time and get the ball rolling right into the top 25 countdown. If you enjoyed this video today, then please do me a huge favor by dropping a like on it. If you could help me get this to 5,000 likes, it truly does go a long way. Also, if you happen to be new to the channel, then subscribe for the love of music, or in this case, I guess for the disdain of music, but also make sure to watch to the end of the video, not only for the dishonorable mentions that'll be revealed right before my #1 pick, but also because of the comedic skits along the way. It's gonna be a ton of fun, buckle up, here is number 25. Imagine you're a trucker in the good old state of Mississippi. You just topped off the rig with 80 gallons of horrible for the environment diesel gasoline, and your bitch of an ex-wife just left you for another man named Jeremy. Then a miracle happens. You pop back up in the rig and you hear the angelic voice of Puddle of Mud frontman Wes Scantlin cooing sweet nothings into your ear about being a fuck-up with no real remorse or acceptance of responsibility. You slip your trucker hat back on and think to yourself, life is good today, Jim. Now let's go watch that episode of Ozark again where the seemingly homophobic redneck guy makes out with the cop and has sex with him. Not because I'm gay, but because of the interesting plotline. That's why I watch it and listen to Puddle of Mud so often. Repressed feelings are the best feelings. Yeah, that's the vibe that I get from this trash-ass song, but uh-oh, maybe I just fucked it up again.
Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him.
Bingo night will never look the same again. I hope you're happy, Blanco Brown. Your little scheme to break the charts actually worked. Old Town Road became the longest-running Hot 100 hit of all time in 2019, and guess who saw a market prime for tapping into with dollar signs in his eyes? That's where the inescapable The Get Up enters the picture. Quite literally following in the footsteps of instruction-based line dance songs like Cupid Shuffle or Cha-Cha Slide, this trailer trap nightmare fused faux twang with a ridiculously exaggerated country accent as Blanco Brown calls out instructions that would make Lego assembly look complicated. I may have given his spot to the hit here, but make sure you tune into my worst albums of 2019 because this isn't even the full extent of the hellish torture that he can bring upon your ears. Somehow, this isn't even the worst of what he has to offer.
This that hot girl by my anthem, turn it up and throw a tantrum. This that throw up in your Birkin.
This that combined buzzwords anthem, throw it on broke it a mansion. Seriously, for as completely trivial as a lot of pop music is, at least there's some fun spirit or something that makes you see why people latched onto it in the first place. Hot Girl Bummer literally just updated the whole popped collar frat guy look for 2019. Flip the dog turd all you want, it's still shit no matter which way you step in it. And just like your dog's waist, it's incredibly hard to scrub off as this blatantly pandered chorus hits again and again as you slowly realize that Black Bear has absolutely nothing else to offer because his one-notedness practically runs a triathlon here. Why exactly was this guy ever considered a go-to? He's the official soundtrack for White Girl Just Tried Her First Molly in College, so let's keep it as a one-night stand, America. Stop giving this douchebag chart success. When the Joe Bros stormed their way back onto the music scene in the spring, I was just as happy as the next person to see something rather genuine from our childhoods that we could at the very least smile about. The comeback single Sucker was pretty solid, and there were a few choice songs on Happiness Begins that were actually worthy of the Jonas Brothers' name. What wasn't in any way worthy of their name apparently was the basic white wall misery of Roller Coaster, the only song on the entire record that didn't have a single writing credit from any of the brothers. Why do I find this so ironic? Because the goddamn song is supposed to be written about their life and their journey and their genuine experiences, but they couldn't even be bothered to pick up a fucking pen. How are you gonna have a song about your journey written by Ryan Tedder and a slew of other dad pop snoozers that wouldn't know an interesting acoustic guitar progression if it smashed them over the head? This sounds like the forgotten love child of Mumford & Sons and Ed Sheeran that they left at the Walmart 2 years ago and never bothered to come back and pick up. At the end of the day though, I got no beef with the Joe Bros. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Now go to your room and do your own homework this time. No more pawning it off on Uncle Tedder.
He thinks I'm sexy in my pajamas. The more I am a hot mess, the more it goes bananas.
This is the only way I could butcher bananas like Avril Lavigne did. In what world does anyone take this version of Avril Lavigne seriously? Goddess was the standout track from her comeback album Head Above Water. And by standout, I mean it was kind of laugh out loud hilarious and just how hard she was trying to describe being showered by love. I'm not entirely sure how Avril's music got so completely soulless over the years, because at one point, she was pretty much the best pop rock artist the mainstream had to offer. Especially given her inspiring battle through Lyme's disease, you'd think she'd have plenty of material for an album. Nope, that didn't happen. Instead, we got horrible pronunciations of bananas and remarks about how her man thinks she looks like a fucking goddess in her PJs. Write it down, put the message in a bottle, and toss it in the ocean next time, Avril. There's some things the world at large simply isn't meant to hear. While there was a whole flock of terrible collaborations that existed only for commercial purposes in 2019, I don't know if there was another hit that guided the sheep straight to the edge of a cliff like this, because holy mother of God, this song is grating! Insert Chainsmokers from 2016 style plug-in to music program, then add select members of Five Sauce singing about jealousy in a way that I can only describe as 20,000 Leagues Under Mr. Brightside. That's a classic novel, kids. You never know what you'll learn to stay away from when you pick up a book. Ear-piercing drops ensue that sound like the slap chop guy got a hold of them from prison, just dicing and slicing his way through them until all that's left is the ingredients to every other bland DJ meets pop artist hit of the 2010s. Next!
My flexion is a problem. My flexion is a problem.
Straying away from your core sound as a band can be really normal, natural, and even revolutionary. But in the case of Issues, it seems like they just made a song for the sole purpose of pissing off their fan base. I've never understood why artists sometimes get to a point where they borderline love taunting their fans with intentionally far out their music. In the case of Flexin', it's even more degrading due to its woefully cringe-worthy lyrics, music, and overall attitude. From the crass flirtations with Michael Jackson-inspired falsetto to the horribly out-of-place gent riffs that line the chorus, nothing about this not-so-subtle flex works in any way, outside of the fact that it indeed pissed me off. Although Issues as a band have largely not been my cup of tea, I also mainly left them alone due to the fact that I respected their craft, and I could understand that it was probably just my own personal taste as to why I didn't connect to their style. Flexin' is a different story because it's flat out detestable and unlikable. It's that guy you always wanted to punch because he strutted around like he was hot shit 24/7, but you always talked yourself down because, John, he's not worth it. Well, let me get one thing clear, I was right there. This Frankenstein-like monster is not worth your time or mine.
'Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear.
Two of the biggest superstar heartthrobs in the entire world want you to know one thing and one thing only. They're just like you, and they don't fit in at parties either.
Seriously, who the fuck is buying this?
Lazy, insipid production from huge names in the producer world adds insult to injury on this colliding of worlds that feels less like two shooting stars and more like a double dose of NyQuil. You're with your baby, you don't want to be at the party, no one understands you, boo fucking who? You're Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran. Use your private helicopter to fly the hell out of there or something. It's not that hard, boys. At least then you'd actually be going somewhere, unlike this stale piece of white bread that you've handed off that just sits there and spins its tires for 3 minutes. Oh, you know, I really don't share my political views. That's just kind of between me and me. That's a Tay-Tay thing only. Hey Taylor, you know the whole gay thing is super hot and marketable right now. Do you think you could drop us one of those slay queen, yas bitch, spill the tea bops or something they'd totally love? I like it, but could at least 50% of the song be about me and my struggles and how people don't give me enough credit, even though I'm the most successful artist of the 21st century? Absolutely. Well then cover me in glitter and call me fabulous. Let's hit our target demo. All right, calm down. I know that it's never too late to be an activist. It was a comedic jab, and I'm sure that Taylor genuinely does care and have passion about this. But was I really that far off base? Really, for me, this song just became more and more insufferable as the listens poured in. I went from finding it mildly enjoyable, at the very least tolerable, to outright hating it because of its blatant rip-off sound that the producers have going on. It's like Paper Planes and Royals, but with much less personality. And Taylor on this track? Forget the fact that the tone is all over the place. It literally just feels like she wanted to write a song about herself, but last minute decided to make it include other communities in the follow-up verses. I'm not saying it was an afterthought, I'm just saying what it is. A whirlwind that picks up everything from your lawn and then just throws it all over the place. Good luck sorting this one out, or getting those shrill buzzword phrases she peddles out of your head. God knows I can't seem to shake it off. Imagine dragon powers activate. Form of a crinkly old roach. The papa of all roaches, I suppose. Have mercy on my soul. This band were hard enough to stomach as it was, but now that they're functioning as some sort of electro pop rock act that have been bitten by the mainstream dragon, I don't even know what to say. Papa Roach clearly sold their soul a long time ago and just kind of aimlessly follow trends at this point, but that's not to say that there haven't been good songs in the past decade or so since that happened. It's just that everything feels like it's following a pretty close formula. Like Jacoby Shaddix has a crew of people monitoring the charts to see if anyone can make notes on how his band could take it and repackage it under the legendary Papa Roach name. Consider this me officially shitting on them, I suppose, because Elevate is a flat-out disgrace that I have a very hard time not laughing out loud at. These increasingly dramatic, cheesy lyrics roll out, and the bland beat drops into oblivion that go nowhere, and those backing vocals steer me the hell away of whatever stadium they're trying to fill up with those chants.
1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, slow down.
1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, slow down, Poppy.
This workout is bullshit!
Pouncing on trends this deep into your career does nothing but make the diehard fans wish you would retire, or else become a legacy act that does nothing but tour. Colombian artist Maluma has zero chemistry with Madonna, making this collab feel bloated, awkward, and forced considering the whole Latin pop spin this one tries to take. I caught hell from her fandom for speaking the truth in my initial track review, but I think it's okay to admit that sometimes a great artist can put out a bad song. This one in particular just happened to hit nuclear levels of cringe.
Shit they cap about, we don't even snap. They dream girl calling me and I ain't calling back.
When your song opens with the line, "You found out your girlfriend is a thought hoe, I found out my penthouse is on the top floor," you know that there's no going back. You've entered the Twilight Zone, a very weird, strange world in which Nav actually has a fan base of adoring fans that somehow unironically enjoy his music. Snap back to reality, bitch. Nav is a burning dumpster fire of an artist that can't seem to stay awake on a track to save his life. I find it insulting that he could drop a 70-minute album and actually expect people to listen to it when songs like this prove how painfully boring not only he is behind the mic, but also how void of any personality the production is. It's like they're lining him up with type beat after type beat, and Nav actually thinks that he's slam dunking on all of them. Newsflash, Nav, it's a 3-foot-high kiddie goal, and somehow you're still missing shots. What the hell does The Weeknd see in this guy?
I like them and they like me. It takes 3 to tango.
Oh, hey, sorry. I just figured if Pitbull can clearly call in and take a sick day on this song, then I can do the same thing. Didn't we leave the whole, hey, wouldn't it be great if you ladies played it up like you were lesbians or else actually were, so you could go home and have a sexy three-way with me thing behind like a decade ago? Pitbull clearly didn't get the memo. Maybe that's when he was in Alaska performing his concert at Walmart. Yeah, Pitbull became pretty irrelevant really fast. I mean, this is a guy who was scoring hits not only in his home country, but worldwide. I mean, this is Mr. Worldwide we're talking about here. At the top of the 2010s, he literally had #1 hits on the US Billboard charts. Now he's singing about girl-on-girl action he wants to see as he so cleverly spins the line, "It takes 2 to tango to be 3 because threesomes." Your gross Uncle Pitbull wants to have a threesome, okay? It's an image that you're never gonna get out of your head. Stir a predictable Latin instrumental and all of Pitbull's typical tropes into the mix, and you'll feel like you're in the waiting room, the lobby area of a strip club. Wait, is that a thing? Somebody look that up.
Vroom, 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 bitch convertible. She gon' flash her titties, splash out of the roof.
Vroom, 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 vroom. Scoot, 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 scoot. Vroom, 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 vroom. Scoot, 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 scoot. Vroom, 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 vroom. Who the fuck is you?
You listen to Lil Pump, you lose brain cells. It's a fact.
Yes, science!
I would honestly take Gucci Gang at this point, and it seems like the rest of the world is starting to feel my pain because his album actually tanked on the charts. Keep fading into oblivion while making horrible sound effects and degrading women and anyone else around you that you feel is irrelevant, because in a year or two, you're gonna be the irrelevant prick that everyone else is laughing at.
Siri, text Hannah OMW. OMW, girl. Damn. That's my guy. That is my guy right there. Yeah, number 49. Damn. OMW. Jesus fucking Christ, girl.
Hey.
I've been waiting here for hours and you're clearly not coming. I don't know what you're up to or what is going on.
When you see that OMW, know that I'm on my way.
No, you're clearly not on your way. This is not gonna work, Zach. Goodbye.
She hung up. You know what? This would make a great song. Doesn't it feel kind of sad to know that a midlife crisis is pretty much the only explanation as to what these sacks of shit that Zach Brown keeps leaving on our porch is? Stop it, Zach! This isn't you! Oh, the poor band. They were an afterthought on so many of these tracks, and OMW proves it. What the fuck is this 41-year-old man singing about? He's bringing up the abbreviation OMW as if it's some great new discovery for telling people that you're on your way. We've all been saying that since the mid-2000s, bud, and the fact that you try to make this sound super modern and relatable only makes it that much more unbearable. Seriously, what gives with that forced little guitar solo after all those trappy, snappy beats and the low-key hilarious lyrics? Nothing about these odd puzzle pieces fits together, and if the owl is the melting pot of Zach Brown Band's talents, then consider this me spilling the tea.
Truck us a quarter. My money's still long like weed. Pussy still wet like water.
What a beautiful day. You know, I'm just in such a good mood. I had some of that great stuffing, cranberries in it. Always the kiss that it needs right on top, man. You know what I mean?
What did you just say to me?
Cranberries and stuffing? Delicious. It's an American classic.
So, you like having toxic waste stuck between your teeth?
What?
Fucking cranberries, man.
What's wrong with
what
cranberries?
Kind of evil? What kind of pure evil decided to put cranberries in a giant slab of bread?
Well, not only are cranberries...
Can't you hear my voice? I'm getting louder. That means I'm winning.
Can somebody explain to me why Cardi B is always heated? She's a shining star example of an idiot that's so desperate for attention and so desperate to stir up the waters that she wants the eyes on her no matter what. And then when people give her those eyes, she acts like, oh, I didn't want to get involved. I hate drama. I ain't got time for that. I look to Cardi and I see everything that I hate about so much of modern mainstream rap. The bars are only mildly competent at best, her punchlines suck, and she pretty much stays pressed about something 24/7, 365. So press, I guess, is actually a pretty accurate title. Listening to press was just a bit of a nihilistic thing for me, I suppose. I knew I had to hear it because I knew year-end worst lists were coming. Did Cardi B turn over a new leaf? Ha! As if. Cardi's only ever had one leaf, and it's the stale, crinkly, broken kind that you find in the middle of winter, months after it fell off the tree.
Look at the internet, it's cracking as hell. Fellas, don't you let it come on you have sex. And I heard women orgasms are better than a dick's.
This is the song I would use as torture if I had to extort information from someone. Just play this mofo on a loop for 24 hours. Hell, 24 minutes would probably get it done. But here's the trick. Song only. No music video. Just the sounds of 30 famous artists pretending to be animals and shit, and Halsey meowing like a damn cat. The Earth is awesome. We need to take care of it, and I wholeheartedly agree with the message, but there has got to be a better way to get it across than this. I didn't fully understand just how bad this song was until I heard it without the music video. Kick this one down a well, throw a concrete lid on top of this. I don't want there being any chance of this resurfacing. Ah yes, the classic fuckboys next door have rolled up with their supreme fanny packs and designer clothes to steal my girl. Nightmares do come true, and they come in the form of Chase Atlantic. This group had a little bit of unique flair going for them on the first album cycle, but this time around, oh honey, no. I cannot hear these piss-poor excuses for lyrics one more time.
Put that Molly on her tongue, she said extraordinary. Build a rocket ship, throw bricks in your face. I don't feed her fear, I feed her habits.
What the actual fuck, dude? This guy is bragging about feeding a girl drugs after he convinced her to leave her man to come get dope sick at his house for like 2 days, as he so convincingly put it. The writers behind this are sick in the head if they think this is something to be proud of. Not to mention the singer sounds like he got drowned by a tidal wave of autotune up against the most dime a dozen instrumental ever. Chase Atlantic are 110% replaceable. Anyone with recording software and a microphone could do what they do, and I know a lot of people who do a lot more with a lot less.
Baby got children, baby probably still drug dealer. Baby ain't a trapper, he a rapper. Baby making classics.
You ever just listen to those songs that make you feel seasick? Hold on a second. Baby by Lil Baby and DaBaby is one of those, but it also sports a one-noted synth that seems to take production cues from the vomit-inducing Fifi by 6ix9ine. That makes my stomach churn just thinking about it. I actually have no clue how anyone can praise these mind-numbing production choices that all of these rappers seem to love gravitating towards. They literally do nothing and go nowhere. As far as this throwaway goes, it's clearly a cash grab for attention because of all the babies associated with it. DaBaby is significantly better than Lil Baby, no doubt, and he's actually from my state, North Carolina, so yeah, I don't mind him all that much. It's just that I can't overlook Lil Baby's mumbling, droning aesthetic that's going on the entire song. It's not enough for DaBaby to say baby.
Gold teeth, my neck, my wrist is froze. I got more ice than the snow.
Once in a blue moon, something goes off the rails so terribly that not even the biggest of fans can seem to find a good way to defend it. Fast forward to Bad Guy, arguably the biggest breakout hit song of 2019, a fantastic or at the very least really enjoyable one at that. Billie Eilish's original hit isn't making this list. No, not at all. We got a remix of the track featuring her childhood hero Justin Bieber after they met at Coachella. And you know how they say never meet your heroes? Well, maybe they should also add an extension there, also never make music with them. Who the hell signed off on this? Here's the point, and here's you, Justin, all the way down here. This song, Bad Guy, is not actually about being a bad boy. It is cheeky, it is sarcastic, so please, for the love of God, stop telling me how icy your wrist is.
Trying to take a ride, I'm on the dick speeding. Can you come and lay some pipe, cause my shit leaking?
You know, this song reminds me of something, not something good, mind you, but all of the Christian school kids married straight out of high school at age 19 be like, I just wanna fuck, I just wanna nut, I'ma put this pussy in your face. Then on wedding night, after the time finally comes to get down and dirty, the guy's like, ooh, do I put this in your armpit, or? Listen, I can make this joke because I was a Christian school kid that didn't know anything about anything until age 18, okay? Truly disgusting, Iggy. No, not because I'm scared of a woman expressing her sexuality, because it's just genuinely disgusting. And also, the rapping is pretty disgraceful too. I'd say the exact same thing to any male artist out there talking about, I just want to nut, or I just want to put my dick in your face. There's no nuance or clever wordplay going on at all. At least with an overtly sexual artist like Cupcake, the punchlines are laugh out loud hilarious and she's clearly not taking it too seriously. But Iggy just comes across as dumb as she repeats this meaningless waste over and over again. I just want to fuck? More like I just want to die.
Tatiana, I wanna see you buzz down that shit over.
Yeah, now make that shit clap for me.
There's been more versions of this song than there are colors of the rainbow. Speaking of rainbows, where was the 6ix9ine Prison remix? I kinda miss talking about that skittle on the year-end worst list. Blueface is a one-year wonder. Scratch that, a one-year blunder. People know who he is and everyone plays it up for the meme, Blueface can't stay on the beat to save his life, and all the other bullshit we've heard a million times. It's true, and the song is incredibly degrading, insulting, and really, anything else that you want to throw at it would probably be true. The main point is that I just had to give this song and all of its remixes, including, yes, the Cardi B remix, a place on this list, all because of Blueface. He's agonizing on a different level, but he also won't be remembered in like 2 years from now, and my sanity is 110% A-okay with that.
Turn up your gratitude, turn on your attitude. I love my pussy, that means I got catitude. If you don't feel what I'm saying, I don't fuck with you.
Another one of these? Seriously? I love my pussy, that means I got catitude? It sounds to me like you like litter boxes, because this song is filthy and needs to be changed. Miley teams up with Drag Race host RuPaul for this empowering anthem. And by empowering anthem, I mean Miley just says random words and noises and talks about her vagina having superpowers or something for 3 minutes. How could anyone in their right mind want to listen to this song? I mean, I barely made it through the intro where RuPaul says, "This cat is in heat, let me ride that beat." God knows I wanted to throw my speakers out the window right then and there on the spot, but I stuck it out for the sake of that juicy, juicy content. And was it worth it? I don't know. Ask my therapist.
Thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today.
Flawed concept, flawed from the first lines out of AJR's collective mouths, flawed to its core. It's birthday party. Yay! If I somehow haven't made it clear that I fucking despise AJR's entire brand, then let me remind you. This song is written from the perspective of a baby who's just been born, who's wide-eyed, naive, and apparently writing this stupid-ass song. He casually remarks things like, "I hope my parents stay together forever. I bet this Instagram thing is great and never comes back to bite us in the bum.
Fuck you for even saying bum in a song.
And of course the shittiest of all diapers, I bet our country's nice to immigrants." This is a fucking baby. Babies do not have any thoughts because babies literally do not know what anything is. You're 1 minute old as you make these cutesy, ironic observations about what you think life will be. Oh man, haha, how insightful, AGR. Wow, that is so deep and thought-provoking that I might just rupture a blood vessel trying to put it all together. Did I mention the looping bass line? Because it's so clearly mimicking the groove from Stressed Out by 21 Pilots in an obvious way. AJR wish they could be T.O.P., but they'll never even have an iota of what they have. For as much as I hated the early AJR that burst onto the scene with that SpongeBob sampling I'm Ready, I almost wish they'd return to their roots and realize that they actually have nothing to say, because this faux deep commentary is literally killing me. Alright everyone, before I reveal my #1 worst song of 2019, it's time for the dishonorable mentions. The songs that were just outside of the top 25, but were still pretty damn awful. Now I won't be playing any music from these songs because my entire video is still claimed from last year because of a 3-second clip of a Tyga song. So enjoy this royalty-free music instead.
I want it, I got it. You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it.
Despite being given a run for its money, the newly crowned queen of flexing the hardest found her way to #1, as Ariana Grande's 7 Rings goes down as the #1 worst song of 2019. Let me put it in perspective for you right away, because on one side, I'm sure there's an army of people rallying together to say, let's get 'em, but on the other, there's probably people saying, yeah, Ariana sucks, but to set the record straight, I'm actually a pretty big fan of Ariana Grande. She's had a slew of great tracks in recent years, from NASA to Greedy to No Tears Left to Cry and Breathin'. How something like this made it past the cutting room floor is beyond me. It's abhorrent and outright sin and stain on her career, at least in my humblest of opinions. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. That whole refrain exposes one of the biggest problems not only facing my generation, but even more so the ones that are coming up. We're being programmed to think that showing off wealth and material goods is the only way we can prove how well we're doing. Look at me, look at my Gucci bag, look at my Supreme sweatshirt, look at how much money I must have to be able to afford these things. The garbage mentality behind this track pisses me off to no end, but perhaps equally as maddening is Ariana's tacky, laughable attempt at breathy rapping. Seriously, when did jacking Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle's flow become desirable? You like my chair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it. Stick to singing, Ariana, please. You've got an incredible voice, but to see songs like this getting Grammy nominations actually scares me. To see her encouraged, to see people saying, yes, you're killing it right now, with this trash-ass song that actually kind of ruined a song from The Sound of Music, one of my favorite musicals from my childhood. I can't hear it without hearing, these are a few of my favorite things I now hear. I want it, I got it. Gee, thanks. Just bought it. Over a shitty trap beat that pretty much just takes a dump on the original material from the musical. That's it, guys. We somehow made it to the end of this list of the top 25 worst songs of 2019. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I put a ton of effort and work into this video, writing, scripting, shooting, all that good stuff. I hope that you loved it. Please drop a like on it if you did. Subscribe if you happen to be new to the channel, and stick around for more content that's coming soon for year-end season 2019. Feel free to help out the channel with a donation on Patreon at the top link down below, or else grab yourself some merch at the merch shelf that should be floating below this video. If you want to see more year-end countdowns, then this playlist right here is all you need, and then tap over here for the worst songs of 2018. Socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more right here on ARTV.